panoramic view of the Frankfurt airport in the Lufthansa first class lounge. Please join ET Now's Shari Chopra.
Hello and welcome to Pioneering Spirit, a product of Lufthansa. Every week I will bring you inspiring stories of a pioneer who has set new benchmarks to create a business that we all now admire. This series is a tribute to the undying spirit of entrepreneurship, where pioneers of today choose the pioneers of tomorrow. My special guest today at the Lufthansa First Class Lounge is a man who almost single-handedly drew up the BPO blueprint here in India, leveraging the country's strong intellectual capital to carry out back-end operations for global organizations. Please welcome Raman Roy, CEO and founder of proprietary BPO Solutions. Welcome to the show, Raman.
Hi, Shari.
Good to have you.
Good to be here.
As we move into the circle of night, we head towards another perfect day.
Comfortable?
Yeah, perfect.
Oh, yeah.
The first class lounge is always good.
Indeed it is. And how has the journey been? First class for you?
Oh, the journeys have their ups and downs. When you take on to entrepreneurship, you don't expect a bed of roses. It's not first class all the way.
Yeah. So what were the tough moments and what were the big success points for you?
If I go back to about 20 years ago, where I started with the concept of saying that we'll do your processing from India.
Right.
People didn't know where India was. I actually used to carry an inflatable globe to show we are here, this is where India is.
How did they react to the distance?
Look, the positive reaction was to quality and cost. Distance, the fact that they had to take shots to come here, thank you.
Right.
It was always a big concern. But hey, once we started delivering quality, at a price point that was totally different, a lot changed.
And that's when you were sort of credited with being the father of the BPO. How was it to step into something that nobody else was willing to father at that point?
No, it didn't become a father at that point of time, right? At that point of time was, this guy's loony. I mean, one of my bosses turned around and said, I can't speak to you for 3 minutes on a phone call without the phone dropping, and you're telling me you'll process my invoices.
Right. That was going to be my next question, that you knew that things were not great when it comes to India's telecom infrastructure, and the BPO industry wouldn't have survived if that hadn't strengthened itself in some way or the other, no matter who had to initiate that. How did you convince everyone that you would be able to create that infrastructure?
We actually carried the transaction on dedicated pipes into the US, into the UK, without relying on the public switch network to carry. Because that was the so-called Achilles heel in the entire thing.
Right.
Now that added to the cost. The fact that we had no electricity added to the cost. The first center I set up for American Express back in early 90s, we did not get the permissions to have electricity. We actually imported 3 generators, and at any point of time we're running 2 of the 3 generators.
But I want to still go back into the middle of your past, which is around the time that Jekis was the piece that was, the hot subject in the BPO space, and then you decided to say, I want to go out there and create Spectramind. What was in your mind when you wanted to take that call? I mean, you had already taken the big call of starting this thing, which no one else wanted to.
Yes, it's very true. Actually, what is lesser known is a strange incident over dinner that made me think of moving beyond captives.
I see.
I tried to pay a bill with a customer, and the customer said, don't pay, because all you'll do is add 15% and bill it back to me. And while he said that, he also added a sentence to say, you really don't add value, you only add 15%. Now, he was trying to be funny, but it made an impact to say, are we not really adding value?
Okay.
And that is where the entire journey of saying, there is a third-party model.
And there's
we don't have to be captives, and we could take it to that level. That is where the journey started.
How was it to step into that entrepreneur mode?
Scary. Really scary. I mean, sitting here 20 years later in this lovely lounge, one can talk about how I had this great vision and what I could do. That would be a lie. We oscillated for whether one should leave this wonderful job one had with GE, whether we would get a customer, whether I'd be able to create a team, whether money was all that was needed, and you know, the brand image of my previous ex-employers, American Express and GE, whether that played a role.
Would the conviction stay on?
And it was, you know, one morning we discussed late into the night. That time I used to smoking away with some close friends, thinking the pros and cons. And next morning my wife turned around and said, Raman, can you live your life? Thinking you had an opportunity and you didn't do
with
it.
that regret. That's
Just
true.
go do it.
So you've got to go beyond the existing, and that's the tagline of your firm, Quattro. Tell us a little bit about how that is shaping up and why you chose this tagline.
The option of doing another Spectramind was always there.
Yeah.
And what we did in Spectramind was what we did for American Express and what we did for GE. So we could have done more of that, and we said, we've been there, done that. What is the joy of doing it? And that is where we said, we will do things that have not been done, either in terms of newer products, in terms of newer go-to markets, in terms of newer technology, in terms of newer geographies.
Right.
And that is where we took the line to say it is beyond what exists today.
So has Raman Roy come full circle with all these?
So there is still a lot to be accomplished. You know, we keep changing the end line.
Okay.
That is what the fun of this is all about.
And that's also probably the spirit of entrepreneurship. That's been quite a story, Raman Roy. Stay with us because we've got a lot more lined up for you, including 3 entrepreneurs. We, of course, are going to get you all those 3 entrepreneurs right here at the lounge. So we're going to move to the other side and join them to get a sense of how they are shaping up their businesses and what they could get in terms of guidance from our pioneer right here. And of course, if one of them who could actually manage to win will also get a Lufthansa business class return ticket right here and also get mentorship from Thai. So stay right there. We'll be back in just a moment.
Hi, I'm Sanjay Mehta, CEO of Maya Intelligence. I'm here to be pioneer of tomorrow with help of pioneers of today.
Hi, I am Gaurav Mittal, CEO of ITCONS Solution Private Limited. I'm here to present my recruitment application to Raman. I'm sure he will love it.
Hi, this is Prasoon Gupta, co-founder TechBuddy Consulting. How we're going to change the education system of India, that we are going to discuss today.
Monday to Friday, the market swings both ways. It's time to change the ways to invest.
ET Now presents Your Trades the Week Ahead.
A zesty new show that helps you spice up your portfolio.
With all our new recipes for success.
Market fundamentals, chopped, skinned and well done.
So, put your money where your mouth is.
Book your weekend slots with ET Now and taste the spirit of success.
ऐसे ही थोड़ा थोड़ा इन्वेस्ट करो, फायदा जरूर होगा। इंडिया फर्स्ट स्मार्ट सेफ प्लान, इंश्योरेंस के साथ बचत भी सिर्फ 3 मिनट में।
Mr. Kumar, here is your performance incentive.
Working for peanuts?
Log on to timesjob.com because you're worth more.
This is Pioneering Spirit, a product of Lufthansa.
Welcome back. You're with us on Pioneering Spirit, a product of Lufthansa. You're joining us actually at the Lufthansa first class terminal. It's the only airline in the world to have this. My special guest today is Raman Roy, the pioneer that we're discussing his journey with. And also we've got 3 special entrepreneurs who are going to join us. One of who is going to be lucky enough to win a Lufthansa business class return ticket to any of his dream destinations to Europe. So we'll start with our entrepreneurs who are going to make a pitch to Raman Roy. I'll call upon Gaurav Mittal of ITCONS first. welcome to the show.
Hey, Gaurav. Hi.
Welcome.
Hi, come have a seat. So tell Raman and me a little bit about your business and the way you've set it up.
ITCONS is a software product company, and we have the software products meant for recruitment industry. So the complete product is known as talent management system. See, presently we are 22 members. I have already put more than $1.5 million into this, and our global competitors are Telio, Bullhorn, File Finders.
So who is your target audience? Who buys your product?
The products are isolatedly sold also, and we sell them as a single bundle product. So the big corporates, they take the complete talent management product.
So corporate is your customer.
Corporates, at the same time the job boards across the globe, majorly the English job boards, which use in parsing in English. They are also our client for resume parsing service. And at the same time, we have the small or mid-size consultant, recruitment consultant, they are also our clients.
So what does a corporate get? When they buy your product and it parses the resumes, a typical corporate may be getting hundreds of CVs in a day.
Right.
In different formats, PDF files, Word files, paper-based. So what does your product help them do?
Okay. Now you start getting the CVs, flood of the CVs, depending upon how, the people are applying for the position or what is the need. And there is a flood which is coming into the form of the email. The resume could be in doc, docx, PDF, RTF, TXT, or HTML format. What my parsing application does is automatically start extracting the important information of the candidates from the various sections. There are 70 such parameters which are extracted from the CV with an accuracy level starting from 70 to 99.9%. And that unstructured information is put into a structured database.
So what do you see as the big hurdles to dramatically grow your company from 22 people to 220 and maybe more?
Yes, the biggest hurdle in India is the paying capacity of the clients. They are willing to pay to the brand name. If one implementation of my competitor, global competitor, costs them some 200 or maybe some 200,000 USD, still they are willing to pay. But when it comes to us, we are a startup. That is what the challenge which comes.
Appreciate you joining us here. Have a seat. We're going